Lakshmi. How are you?
I am doing great, ma'am. What about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for asking. Okay. Am I audible to you? All well?
Yes, yes, ma'am. You are audible. You are
Yeah.
visible. Mm.
Wonderful. All right. So, uh, do you have anything on your mind today? As in for this particular session, or we can just go with the flow?
I have read, ma'am, a quote. Backbiting is a weapon of weak.
Very
So, what should you say about the how can we describe? Oh, it is a weapon for the weak person. It is the sign of weak personality. How can you describe?
very evidently, a person who is weak himself will only try to distract and talk about other things, you know, in order to simply divert and not talk about the real thing. For example, if I know I lack honesty, I will point out others how dishonest they are. Correct?
Hmm.
I will also try to justify how I am not any different or how you are not any different. Yeah, to certain level, to a certain extent, everyone is dishonest. Yeah, and we will talk about, for example, if you know that you cannot match to that particular person, you will simply try and talk about that person so much so to kind of bring that person down, or not uh, I wouldn't say unknowingly, but you talk about things which are not relevant also most of the times.
Ma'am, can we say, ma'am, it is the temporary method to attract some attention and try to pull down
Yeah.
someone
Yes,
reluctantly,
absolutely.
try to show the
Absolutely.
disrespect for the other person, and
Absolutely.
something we can say the envy and jealousy for the someone.
Yes. The whole backbiting starts from the feeling of being envying. Yeah.
Hmm.
If you are envious, of course, you will try to bring it down, or you will, a person, of course, not you and me, of course. I don't invest myself into something like this because it's extremely consuming, and believe me, your brain is absolutely underutilized. You rather
Hmm.
use your intelligence or whatever you have got your understanding to bring yourself up rather than putting somebody else down, sorry.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
yes, only the weak do the backbiting. The stronger ones do
Hmm.
what I just said a while ago. You bring yourself up rather than putting somebody down. So the stronger one will always work on themselves.
Ma'am, I have to elaborate in my classroom, so I want to some more explanations and I want to get some good words from you. So
Ah, okay. Vocabulary is what you're looking at.
yes, yes, and some idioms. Yeah, I tried to, but I didn't get the exact idea. Stabbed someone back, we can say. I think it is also a idiom. So I want to elaborate in my classroom. It is a bad habit, and the people who are engaged in backbiting, they show their weakness of the personality, and they gradually they will lose their respect, their trust, and it is a bad habit, and
Correct.
it is no stem to
Mm.
jealousy or envy, and we can say if we are engaged in backbiting, so in we will you will lose your friendship, your trust, your relationship, and it cause a conflict in society, and many
Yes.
times no you can ruin your all harmony of the family. So we should avoid as much as, so that is the reason I want to discuss, and I want to know give the each and every side and every face, we can say the face of the backbiting, the people, what kind of the effect it gives in our society, and what should we do if people are doing in front of us backbiting. So what's according to me, ma'am, what should we do? So can we say, ma'am, we should change the topic and it is the symbol of negativity, so we can start with a positive talk, and there is a no need to preach, but simply we can divert our conversation, try to turn the conversation, and I think the person will understand, or he or she is not understand, listen to your gossip or backbiting.
Okay, there is lot of things that you said. I understand that you're trying to conduct or you're trying to record one such video where you are going to extensively talk about uh, what is backbiting, what does it result into, what kind
What
of
kind of the
people,
people
yes, what kind of people
engaging?
are involved, what are their
Mm,
characteristics, and
mm,
how if one decides to kind of not do that
mm,
or try to eliminate or rectify, how
mm,
can a person get away or get over with this habit? That's what
mm.
we're trying to do. Am I right, Vijay Lakshmi?
Yes, 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 ma'am.
Okay, great. Okay, to begin with, see, I wouldn't know. I would suggest rather, let me put it this way. I would suggest, Vijay Lakshmi, for you to write down what is your understanding of backbiting. Rather
Mm,
than being idealistic, I would ask you to be genuine, be true, what you understand of this particular quote. Number one, you start by what you understand. What is your understanding about this? If you have had some somebody around you of that, as an example, you may not quote or name that person, but you can of course give an example, because you speak better when you have witnessed it rather than the idealistic thing or not do or shouldn't do or this is what it happens and all that. You would rather express or put forward the real examples with very simple, because I'll tell you the understanding is better when a person is sharing his or her own experience. Yeah, when you're sharing your own experience, I would be able to relate to it much more than you made up a situation or you're just giving me an example. Yeah. So instead of that, I think the real examples work better. So yes, you start with your understanding, share a few examples, and you can suggest, or you can of course talk about the effect individually, what backbiting habit does to an individual. At the same time, what it throws to the society as well. Okay, how
mm,
it impacts the society. Yeah. And you can also try and put forward suggestions, what you think can be done in order to eliminate or work. If I decide to work on this bad habit, what can I do? And it's not only just one particular kind of person. You can for example, a person is quiet and or little introvert and is into backbiting. You also talk about what suggestions or what you want to tell a person who is extrovert and into backbiting as well. So try to deal with many characters and characteristics rather, and give suggestions what you can do, yeah, in order to kind of, and you also try to kind of think about the problems that they might face, and in order to encounter those problems, what are your suggestions? Okay, for example, I decide not to backbite. It happens many a times that I have a group, and just to belong to that group, I indulge myself into backbiting. It is
mm,
not my characteristic though. However, just to be in that group, just to be a part. or belong to, I might indulge myself into backbiting. Correct? That is one example. There will be another wherein, another instance where you unknowingly get involved without recognizing that you, no, without acknowledging that you are into backbiting or you're doing it. Yeah, the action happens as in response to a stimulus or an action or an event that has happened, circumstances, or let us put it across as circumstantial. So, circumstantial backbiting. What do you think about that? It's not
Mm,
habit, though. Again, it is not a characteristic, but you land up into that circumstantial backbiting thing, right? So that is another
mm,
example. So think of such examples, think of such hurdles, think of such challenges that one might face in order in the process of overcoming this bad habit. Okay, so
mm.
think of those as well, because those are going to be much more useful to the people.
Yes, ma'am. Or can we start? No, ma'am. I am a religious and spiritual kind of the person. So I read many times. I heard from my grandparents, my parents also, and in most of the religions, it condemned, strongly condemned. We should not
Yes.
say something about the someone good things.
In his or
We
her
should
actions.
remain silent. And if we are doing the backbiting, we are taking the person's sin on us. So it is our belief system also.
It is because what everything that you do, Vijay Lakshmi, contributes to your karma. It is
Hmm.
very, it's, I guess everyone now knows this fact. Everyone knows. And everyone is
Hmm.
aware of this as well, that what goes around comes around. So if you're doing something to somebody right now, the same is going to come to
Hmm.
you one fine day. Sooner or
Yes.
later, that depends, of course, right? So
Hmm.
everyone is aware of this, correct? And the spiritual thing, of course, everyone knows because we have been raised with those values. It's a
Hmm.
different story. Some pick it up, put as in they are able to conduct, and few neglect and fail to implicate.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
So that depends upon the upbringing. Let's not go there. So as I said, so there are different what do you say approaches.
We should, ma'am. We know very well all good things, but
Yes.
after some time we forget about the good things and we
We do
forget.
not forget, Vijay Lakshmi. We do not forget. There is something called as convenience. Human beings are conveniently using the good and the bad.
Hmm.
Okay.
Sometimes they are enjoying, ma'am.
Yes, there are many a times I've seen this especially in females who are not happy and content in their personal space because they
Hmm.
are not happy. They kind of, I wouldn't say it's malicious, but they try to bring it on somebody else as well.
Hmm.
If I am not happy, why should the world be happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
it is a malicious thought though, but
Hmm.
it's human nature. We can't help. There are few people who are little weak in their character and they fall for it. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yes, there are few who enjoyably do it. However, there
Hmm.
are people who unknowingly, land up doing it as well.
Hmm. Yes. Yes.
So yes, spiritual thing. If you give that spiritual touch, I don't think so. It will be very idealistic, as I said. As I said, idealistic things are just heard and forgotten. So you rather
Hmm.
give them very relevant information
But
in
ma'am,
order to
some people are
benefit them.
afraid of the religion. We can say it is also a weapon to scare, feel them scary.
Now, it depends on the perspective, Jayalakshmi. I am a
Hmm.
religious person and I strongly believe in what I believe. Okay,
Hmm.
my beliefs are based on very concrete this. I do not believe in anything for the heck of it. I don't do that. So I will not this religious and spiritual thing will not scare me because I know where I'm coming from. But a person with a very weak infrastructure or weak set of mind will not be able to absorb it. For that person, it may be scary. But yes,
Maybe.
the approach is not that welcoming when it comes to handling spiritual perspective or point of view. Yeah. So instead of
Yeah,
coming
ma'am.
from a spiritual point of view, you rather give them very realistic, very practical. I guess that should be your approach in order to reach more people, in
Yes.
order for people to absorb what you're saying.
Ma'am, can we say the backbiting root stem to the person who don't like and we dislike the something about the person, so can we replace with the criticism? Because as per my knowledge we can say the criticism is openly, it is a straightforward behavior we should in front of the particular person, because at last the person has want to change something. If we are criticize something, so can we choose as a alternative way we should go and talk with, and if we don't like something about, so we can say, oh, I don't like this or that. So can we replace backbiting with criticism?
You mean to say being blunt
Yeah,
and
being
being
blunt is also rude, but
and being
sometimes we
vocal?
want to indicate something lacking of the
Yeah, being
behavior.
vocal, right? Being vocal rather than
Yeah,
succumb.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yes, being
being
vocal.
vocal. If I do not like something, I would rather say it on the face. That's what they're talking about, rather than beating around the bush and going and telling 10 other people who are not even relevant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, we cannot categorically tell that this could be the only uh, solution, but yes, it
Mm.
could be one of the solutions. Now
Mm-hmm.
it is called see, in order, let's try to figure out how you ascertain that this is backbiting.
Mm.
You need to understand that first. Reflect, understand why is it happening? What is backbiting to begin with? So simply, if you're talking about some person which is to another person, which out of relevance, of course, out of relevance, and something that could be addressed directly, you're taking it
Mm.
a roundabout.
Mm.
So that is surely backbiting. Okay.
Mm.
Now there could be million and zillion reasons for a person indulging backbiting. It could be the person is weak, number one. The person is habituated to, that number two. A person doesn't have an option, probably. That could also be a reason. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
somebody
yes.
is really powerful, you are not
Powerful
able to
person,
speak.
and we can't say in front of him or her.
Exactly, exactly. So there are various reasons, and depending on those reasons, we can categorize them, and according to that, further we will be able to give suggestions how you can overcome or how you can get rid of this particular bad habit. But
So,
yes,
ma'am,
the go ahead.
uh, you are no giving some reasons. So, can we justify these according to these reason? Oh, it's a natural to backbiting. Can we justify?
Uh, Backbiting doesn't have any justification. I always say cheating is an option that
Mm.
you choose. Similarly, backbiting is also an option that you choose. There is
Yes,
no
that is right.
reason, yes, there is no reason, there is no justification, and there
Mm.
should be no justification because what you say is what you say, and what
Mm.
you say is definitely what you think. Correct?
Mm.
So it is a very straight process. If you're doing it, that means you're doing it. This is what led me to do this. No,
Mm.
you have
Mm.
an option to say no and exclude yourself from the rest. Do not indulge. Do not get into a conversation. Do not get into a group to begin with. That
Yes.
is, encouraging something like this. So whatever
Mm.
you get into, there is nothing called as no option. So
Yes.
when
It
you
is
are
your
into it,
choice only.
it
If
is
you
your
are
option.
doing, so it is
Yes,
your
yes,
choice.
yes, correct, correct. For example, I am absolutely against backbiting. I do not like it. It is very consuming, as I said, so I
mm,
stay away. The moment I feel the group of friends, it's not that I have saint friends. No, none of my friends are saints. They talk a lot, they discuss. If I am in that space, if it's possible for me, I walk away. If it's not
mm,
possible for me, there is no option. I have to be in that space. I will definitely make a statement if this is in not regards to whatever the thing is at this point in time. You might as well not talk about it. And I clearly and loudly say that please exclude me. I
mm.
am not in the conversation because I don't
Ma'am,
enjoy it. I don't approve of it. I will not be a part of
ma'am, in your real life,
it.
have you ever faced and you got to know about, oh, someone is backbiting about you and spreading rumors about you? So, what is your first response? How can you respond? And if you have responded, so what kind of, how can you deal with the people they are spreading rumors and
Well,
backbiting
actually,
in your
this
real life, your real
it is,
experience?
it is very funny that it has just happened to me. It has just recently happened to me. Okay, it may sound little bookish, Vijayalakshmi, but I am very sorted in the head. I'm very
Hmm.
sorted. If the person who is talking about me matters to me, I will go directly, confront, and clear it out. For
Hmm.
me, it is take it or leave it.
Hmm.
You take it. If you really consider me as friend, you take it. If you have any doubts about it, please leave it.
Hmm.
Please
Yes,
leave
ma'am.
it is my urge. I do not
Hmm.
want to get along with the person who thinks too or dual about me. Okay, I do not encourage that. That's one. Number two, if the person is not important to me, what he says will also be not important to me. And I
Yes.
do not have time to invest myself into unimportant things.
Hmm.
Simple as that. Because I remember my one of my teachers in my school said it as in, of course she was enlightening us with her thoughts and with what she believes and all that. She said that if you come across a person with a low IQ and you get down to sort or explain coming down to his level, there is
Hmm.
no difference between you and him.
Yes.
So you cannot do anything with a person who doesn't see. You cannot explain to a person who doesn't have the capacity to begin with.
Yes,
Correct?
ma'am.
If we
Hmm.
both are not coming from the same space, we will not be able to be on the same page. As simple as that. So why waste time, right? And if I have to do charity, I might as well do where it is worth.
Hmm.
Yeah?
Yes,
I
yes,
am
ma'am.
not anybody's mother. Mothering is
Hmm.
not my thing. I am mother to my child. That's it. So I am responsible for that particular individual, that one individual only. Same applies
Hmm.
to my husband as well. I am not going to be mothering. If you like
Hmm.
it, you do it. Be accountable. Accountability is what you need to have. For all your actions that you conduct, you are the only person to be accountable. Whatever happens, pros, cons, you think about it and decide for yourself.
Hmm. Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's very simple for me, and it has happened, and I just simply have walked away from that person. I am no more in your life. See, it's very
Hmm.
simple, right? If you are being a burden, or if you are not welcome, you're not valued.
Hmm.
You don't belong to that space. Correct?
Maybe, ma'am, they leave this habit, especially about our, if we are not valuing them, if we are not giving time and energy and argue with them. So definitely, I think they will leave these kind of the habit, gossip and backbiting. And I think everybody is face some extent in their life, but sometimes people indulge in argument and fight, and if just they are, we ignore them, might be they leave one day this habit, or the person is not giving the value. And I think that their unknowingly target is to getting the attention, So
Yes, you
they,
correctly pointed out, Vijay Lakshmi. I completely agree with you. 80 to 90% of the whole backbiting is because they want attention. They are,
hmm,
that hunger is there. Okay,
hmm,
hunger for attention, hunger to be center of attraction. So all
hmm,
these, it's basically to be noticed.
hmm.
I
Yes, yes.
exist. So
Hmm,
whoever has this existential, syndrome will do all this. If you're
hmm,
habituated to for this kind of habit, no one can correct you. No one can bring change in you.
hmm.
If it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
happening occasionally, and you
Hmm,
see, people can tell you, but you have to welcome. You have to
hmm,
accept.
hmm,
Acknowledgement, if that is not happening, no one can help
hmm,
you.
hmm.
The
Yes, yes.
denial shouldn't be there. If you keep telling me, Vijayalakshmi, you know what, Rupali, you need to correct, you need to, be a better person, not healthy, you're
Hmm,
getting into something which is so not done and all that, you will lose people. You can tell me thousand things. From those thousand, how much I am going to accept is my takeaway, and that's going to
hmm,
help me. If I am resistance, no, I am absolutely perfect. I don't need any corrections. Then nothing is going to help me, correct?
hmm. Yes, ma'am. If we keep fresh in our mind good thoughts, good ideas, positivity, so we will learn, ma'am, gradually how can we ignore them and how can we stop investing in money. In Hindi, ma'am, there is a, I think the couplet nindak niyere rakhiye. So we,
Huh.
if we continually reading these kind of the things, so we
Correct.
learn how can we ignore them and how can we
Correct.
stop investing ourselves and engulf these kind of the, we can no stay away these kind of the people and group.
Absolutely. See, actually, everyone knows what is good and what is bad for them. Everyone knows. It is eventually the choice that you make.
Mm.
What are you going to pick? You're going to
Yes,
pick the
ma'am.
bad just for your convenience, or you're going to strive and, pick
Mm.
the difficult part and pick the right. So it's
Mm.
completely the choices that you make.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. No
Yeah,
clear
with
source
pleasure.
ideas and accountability. We are accountable for our karma and our choices, and it will affect our future and our destiny.
Very
So
true.
I got to know many things and many words and the
You're most
clarification of
welcome.
the ideas because I want to clarify my students. I want to clear a give idea. So
Yeah.
if I discuss with someone, if a pro person, so it will be easy for me, ma'am.
Of course, you are. I don't know how you take it, but it's a compliment, Vijay Lakshmi. You are very sorted. It's very
Thank you,
rare.
ma'am.
It's very rare. And self-awareness
Praise
is
me
something
for
that you
me,
have.
Lord. Thank you, ma'am.
It's just not mere compliment, but it is my observation of you. I have seen you come up with amazing discussions, amazing proverbs, which implicate a lot of thought. So it's really nice. So you are
Thank
sorted
you.
yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's my privilege to be
Same
the
here.
part of your with your conversation, to be the
Same,
conversation with
same here.
you, having conversation with you. Thank you, ma'am.
Same here, dear. Chalo,
Bye,
you
ma'am.
take care of yourself and all the best.